This is RC.
It's your girl K Marie.
K Wilk.
It's your boy Black.
It's your girl Lady.
And I'm Sir. And you're listening to
2020.
2020.
2020.
2020. 2020.
2020 Podcast. Bet.
2020. I did that one for you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Business Minute. I'm your host, Sir. And today I got a special guest, Mr. Mike Pendleton. How you doing today, bro?
What's up, sir?
Not much, man. Not much. Can't complain. So, Mike, this is actually our second go.
Right.
Our first run didn't go so well due to the wind and weather, so I invited you to the crib. You came through, and we're doing it again. So I appreciate you taking time out your day again.
We're having this an exclusive interview, more personal. I'm at the house this time,
Hey,
you know.
That is. Only the best at this house. But if you could tell everybody what it is that you do.
All right. Funny you asked that because somebody just inboxed me, asked me did I have my own business. I had my own business since 2015. It's called Forest for the Tees, aka Forest Tea Company. It's a independent clothing line based out of Mobile, Alabama.
Awesome. And if you could, how long have you been active?
This will make, in April, it'll make 4 years. Awesome. 4 years in April.
Awesome. So with every business, there's usually a story as to, what attracted you to it and what got you started. So what inspired you to
I kind of fell into it. I ain't gonna say by mistake, because I hate to say that, because nothing really happens by mistake.
Word.
My mind's eye just opened up to something, because people were always talking about different. I always wanted to do clothing, because I got a friend of mine. I told him I was gonna have my own jeans one day, make my own line of jeans.
Uh-huh.
I forgot to tell you that in the last interview. My granddad used to always call pants and jeans and stuff breeches.
Breeches, yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna get a clothing line. I'm gonna start the jeans and be called breeches.
That's kind of dope.
You know what I'm saying? Cause like that's what older people identify pants. They don't say, they might say slacks, or you say put them breeches up, boy.
Right, that's it.
You know, put a belt on them breeches. You know. So that's
right.
how that was like kind of me paying homage to my granddaddy, but that never really. Not saying it's not gonna happen, but it hadn't transformed to that yet. But I have clothing line. Mostly, I started out with t-shirts. Now I have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, sweatshirts, socks, jackets. You know, I'm actually, since the last time we talked, I'm actually getting ready to start a women's line. Because a lot of people are like, you need to make some clothes for women. I'm like, you can get any of those shirts in a women's style shirt or whatever, but they don't want that. They want to have their own women's thing. Yeah. So I feel them on that. So one of my friends was telling me, you need to do a women's line, call it Pretty Little Straight Faces or something like that. So I don't have an official name for it yet. So we're still in the works on that, but we are launching a women's line soon. So.
All right. No, that's cool. That's definitely, the more people you represent, the more, broader, I guess, I don't want to say audience, but broader demographic you'll hit with your product.
I sell to a lot of women now.
Yeah.
But I guess they still want something special for themselves. I would try to give them something with those softer colors, or like, I got shirts that it'll have the logo on it. It might have like little glitter gold on it, silver, whatever. Some kind of spark. They like sparkly stuff.
Right.
So I got some stuff like that, but something a little more catered to the women, probably what they're really, really asking for.
Yeah. I definitely respect that, because consumer-wise, women are where it's at. If you get the women, the rest will come.
Yeah. So
that's definitely true. That leads me to my next question, because everything seems to be rolling pretty strong with you and everything's going pretty well. Were there any obstacles that you encountered along the way of these, last few years?
The main obstacle was at the beginning, honestly, when I couldn't find anybody to print the shirts. Because I had the logo already. I just needed somebody to print the shirts. And I was like, my main source of finding information a lot locally is going through Facebook. So I'm like, anybody can suggest somebody to print these shirts for me. They sent me to like different people, so I was just like checking their prices, and everybody was trying to get me to like buy a whole big bulk or whatever. They were like, "Oh yeah, the more shirts you buy, the cheaper the printing will be." Like everybody was saying that, but then I found somebody who was like, "Well," they had setup fee. They were like, "Oh, the setup fee is $50 per color in the logo," And I was like, Like my logo got like 6 colors in there, you know. Then, but it was only a one-time fee, but I had to pay that, and so I was like, I said, I'm gonna just keep looking. So I had a guy that actually went back. He took the logo and he simplified it and made it so it'll be like a solid. You can do solid one color. Like when I first started off, the shirts were black and the logo was white. And then the people were like, "Oh, can you do a white shirt with a black logo?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then that's how it got to the point where everybody's shirt, I try to let them decide how they want their shirt to look.
Right.
As opposed to be just black, 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 white, 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 you know, which is nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to walk down the street, I got my shirt on, and somebody else got the shirt on, and they got the shirt on, and we all looking like we all came together, but we really didn't. But it's a good look for me, but like I say, it's more to give them a chance to like kind of customize what they doing. So not getting off track, but the first real obstacle was probably just that printing obstacle.
Yeah.
Finding somebody to print for a good price that I can make money, and I'm not having to overcharge people I'm selling to. Right. But I see a lot of other people, they like t-shirts be like $45. I'm like, it's just a t-shirt, $45. I would never tell nobody. I'm not telling them not to buy a $45 t-shirt if they want to, but I'm not gonna sell you a $45 t-shirt.
Right.
I sell you a $45 hoodie.
Right.
You know, but I'm like, not a $45 t-shirt. Nah. I try to keep it around $20, $25 range. And the $5 really for shipping if you out of town.
Yeah.
So it's really basically like $20 for the shirt.
See, affordability, man. And the quality, you showed me the shirts too. The quality of the shirts are great as well.
So the more if they feel like it's affordable, they'll come back and buy more. They might be like, oh, $20, let me get one for me, my husband, the kids. You know, of course the kids' shirts are a little less. But that's just an example of some of the stuff I had to encounter.
Yeah, and you're right, because it actually, that time of year where people like to take pictures is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something to keep in mind, you know. So yeah, that's you're right. You're absolutely right. All right, so that leads me to more of a little bit of a personal question. You know, with been doing this for so long, how did you manage to find that medium between work and personal life? Because everybody always got a set amount of time.
That phone, man. That phone. I do all my transactions basically through my phone. I contact my printers through the phone. I send people, I get all my payments through the phone, through my website. So I just like, basically just, when I'm at work, when I get time to stop, I'll check, see what I got going on, if anything going on. I try to handle it real quick. Or if not, I just do it later. You know, it's always a way around it. It's not so overwhelming yet that I can't handle it and work.
Right.
But it gets hectic sometimes, but I got people that help me out.
That's important to have a supportive team.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So I appreciate that, because I'm not going to lie, finding that balance between work and my personal life, that took some time. I had to learn to stop at a certain time, begin at a certain time, you know, to give myself appropriate time, because you find yourself overexerted in all areas and your quality will drop off.
You almost to the point you got to set it up like a second job.
Yes.
You know, you're going to be like, well, I'm only going to work 4 hours on this right here. So, you know, because you don't want to be like, work at your main job, and then you get back and then your second job, and by the time you're done with that, you ain't accomplished nothing else.
Right.
You dead tired. It's time to start to do it all over again the next day. You probably like, man, I don't even know if I ate anything because I've been just going so fast and busy.
I've been there before. My dietitian probably hollered at me. That leads me to another one that's more personal as well. What experience so far over the past few years have you found to be the most memorable?
Like I told you the last time I was working at a job, and I had sold a guy some shirts. I sold him 2 shirts, one for him and one for his wife, and I had never met his wife. So I had left that job and ended up going to another job, and a year later, I see a lady with the shirt on. I ain't put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, I don't remember selling her no shirt. Because a lot of people I come in contact with, I sell them hand to hand. At first I was selling them hand to hand, then I started selling more outside of the state or whatever. I'm like, I don't remember her ordering a shirt on the website or nothing. I'm like, who is this lady? So I text my homie. I was like, hey, your wife work at such and such? He was like, yeah. I said, man, I saw her today with the straight face mafia shirt on. I was like, man, somebody out here bootlegging my shirt, because I don't remember selling her no shirt or nothing like that. So, and then just other stuff you just see. Like it's a guy, he like a dancer. One day I'm just My niece texts like, look at this video. The dude in there doing a dance video had a straight face mafia shirt on. I was like, okay. So it's just whenever I just see it like pop up, or it just becomes a part of a person's regular wardrobe. Because I used to always say, hey, when you get the shirt, let me know. People are like, oh, when I get the shirt, I'm putting it on, taking a picture, and tagging you in it. So that like got a lot of business drummed up from people just tagging and sharing it or whatever. But he was just like dancing on the video, and I was like, I don't even know this dude. But I ain't care because I'm like, it was free advertising for me. So that's just a couple things that kind of like jumped out, made me proud. Like, but just like if I see somebody and like out somewhere and they got the shirt on, it always give me a sense of pride.
Right, because that's you. That's your brand, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that leads me to the next question. Like I always say for everybody, where every high, there's a low. So whenever, you was at your best, there's also a moment where you couldn't see the light, So at any point in time, did you feel that you wouldn't be successful? And if so, who or what changed your mind?
With anything, it's always going to be adversity. So I had times where I would like get in arguments with the printers because I'm like, man, y'all taking too long. It shouldn't take 2 weeks to make some t-shirts. What's going on, I know y'all got other shirts that y'all making. Y'all need to hire some people. Y'all need me to come in there and work or something. I'm like y'all kind of killing me right now because these people waiting on this shirt. And I'm steady. They coming, the printer backed up. And they're understanding, but I'm not going to tell the printer that these people are understanding because they'll just continue to be lazy.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but I'm like, I'm running the business too.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you how to run y'all business, but the way you're running your business is affecting my business. And I was like, all right, I ain't taking no more shirt orders. This over. I'm done. It's a wrap. It's over with. Then one of my partners was like, man, you got to keep on doing it, man. Keep on doing it. I'm like, you know what? I said, I'm going to keep on doing it. I'm going to find me a secondary printer. So if they're too busy, I'm going to just get somebody else to print it up real quick for me. So, but I kept on.
All right. So that brings me to my next question, which I call the long-term question, which is where would you like to see yourself and your business as a brand in 1 year, in 3 years, and in 10 years?
Well, what I strive on doing, I try to add something different to the line every 6 months, whether it works or not. So I'm always adding stuff, and then whatever's not working, I don't completely take it away, but I'll put it to the side. So I try to do something every year instead of like setting the goals out so far like that. I always try to do like something twice every year, something different. Like, oh, the spring coming up, let me do some tank tops. This winter coming up, let me do some scullies. So it's always just adding. But in 10 years, I just want to be working for myself, not having to get up and go to work every day unless I'm working on my own stuff and the money generating. Or if a big corporation might want to come in and be like, hey, we want to put this out, distribute it. That'll be a dream. That'll be a dream right there for me.
Yeah, get bought out. I love that too. All right. So everything seems to be pretty hands-on for you, and I respect that. And the last 4 years, I'm pretty sure come with plenty of experience. So that brings me to my favorite question out of all of them, because I dedicate it to everybody who's listening to this, because it shows that you started from a start point like everybody else.
So I start from zero.
Right. So what words of encouragement would you have for someone who's just starting out?
Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it just because they can't do it.
Right.
Simply. They like, oh, you can't do that. You can't. One dude told me, you can't sell shirts in Mobile and nobody don't know you. I'm like, Mobile ain't the only place on the map. My homie the other day, oh man, I can't sell hoodies because stay cold long enough. It's cold other places.
That's right.
You got to get out. You got to stop letting yourself and other people stop you from doing what you want to do.
Right.
If I want to be a skydiver, I'm like, all I need is a plane and a parachute. I can do it. I just got to learn what I'm doing.
Right.
So don't be afraid to fly just because you're worried about crashing. So we just go with that today.
I heard that. Well, Mike, if anybody wanted to get in contact with you or see some of your work, or might just be interested in purchasing some T-shirts or some of the items you got, where can they get you?
Website forestcartel.bigcartel.com, or they can go on Instagram, Forest T Company on Instagram. I'm Mike Pendleton on Facebook, and I am Rudy P on Instagram, my personal page, but I still post a lot of stuff about shirts and everything on there too.
All right. Well, I'll include the links as well beneath the video and audio for those of you who are watching on YouTube and those of you who are listening via SoundCloud, iCloud, whatever else out there. Mike, appreciate you doing this again.
No
It's
problem.
been a pleasure, bro.
Anytime,
Look.
man. Anytime.
Second time's a charm, man. So, yeah, we're out.